everyone, welcome back to my channel, Jessica here with Beauty and Baseball. Today I have a new edition of Clone Wars. This is a shop your stash kind of little project that Amanda and I do, and we just take really popular palettes or palettes that we're very tempted by and kind of shop our own stash to see if we have any of these duplicate colors, see if maybe we can create a very similar looking palette with what we already have so that that temptation doesn't make us want to go out and actually buy the palette. Amanda and I are both very avid project planners, so we like to use what we already have in our own stash. And I will tell you up front, this palette really tempts me. It really tempts me, and I know it tempts Amanda as well. So, that being said, I do have my own version of this palette, my own duplicate version of this palette. It is not exact by any stretch of the imagination, and there may be some colors that I need to buy singles of to hopefully keep me from buying the palette. I don't know. I have a birthday coming up next month, so who knows, I may end up with it anyway. But let me show you my version of this palette, and as requested by my girl Yana, because I love her to pieces, she wanted me to try to dupe it completely with just the Coastal Scents single eyeshadows that I have. I can tell you that I have done that. I have duped it completely with Coastal Scent shadows. However, not all of these shadows are the exact shades just because I didn't happen to have them in my collection. I will say that the palette is gorgeous and it is $52, which I don't really have and I really don't want to go out and spend. So if you were to do it through Coastal Scents, buying all individual hot pots, it would be $36 as opposed to the $52 for the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette, which really isn't that much of a difference, but most of these shades you probably already have something very similar in your collection, so you would really only have to purchase, say, 2, 3, maybe 4 shades. And at $2 a pop, that's not really that bad. And if you shop on their sales, which they do several times a year, they're just under $1 a piece. So that's not bad at all. Okay, let's get into these colors. Starting with the top left, we have our duplicate for Glucose. This is in Cloud White. Next, we have our duplicate for Sugarcane, and this is in the color Pale Nude. The third shadow is our duplicate for Cake Mix, and this is in the color Victorian Pear. Our fourth shadow is the duplicate for Ouch, and that is in the color Paprika. The fifth shadow is our duplicate for Donor, and that is in the color Gold Strike. And the last shade here is our duplicate for Intravenous, and that is in the color Wild Raisin. Starting in the second row, our duplicate for Candy Floss is Light Pink. The second shade here is my duplicate for Tongue Pop, and that is in Peach Puff. The third shade is my duplicate for Sweetener, and that is in the shade Peachy Keen. The fourth shade is my duplicate for Cavity, and that is in the color Island Coral. And it is the center color here. It is a bit warmer than Cavity, but for my hot pots, that's the closest I had. The fifth shade is O Positive, and my duplicate is Bermuda Sand. And the last shade here on the second row is my duplicate for Root Canal, and that is in the color Deep Grape. Starting here on the bottom row, my duplicate for Prick is Volcanic Blast. The second shade is Cherry Soda, and my duplicate is Pomegranate Red. The third shade is Fresh Meat, and my duplicate is American Rose. The fourth shade is Blood Sugar, the palette namesake, and for that I have chosen Victorian Ruby. The 5th shade is Extraction, and for that I have chosen Venetian Red. And the last shade is the color Coma, and for that I have chosen Violetta or Violetta, however you'd like to pronounce that. And that is this last one right here. I know that Yana asked me to dupe this all in Coastal Scents colors, and I have done that fairly well, I think, with these Hot Pots. However, this pink that is a little bit more blue pink in the palette, I have swatched from my Coastal Scents 88 color eyeshadow palette. Most of these shades in here are available in Hot Pots, so I have swatched these 2 colors right here because they are a little bit closer to Cavity. I do believe they sell something similar to this in a Hot Pot. I just don't happen to own it. So we're just going to swatch this one right here, and we'll swatch the one below it on this side. And they are incredibly bright and pigmented. They are a little powdery, but I have had this palette for a number of years, so that could be part of it. So I think with all of these shades right here, as well as what I have in my Coastal Scents 88 color palette, I'm pretty satisfied with the colors that I have here. They may not be exact, but I feel pretty confident that I can create a very similar look to what I could get out of the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. So by shopping my own stash, I think I have curbed myself from actually wanting to buy this palette. I really hope that you go check out Amanda's video because she has duped it from her collection as well. And Yana will be on Instagram. I will have her listed below, so go check her out on Instagram. All in all, I'm pretty well pleased with what I have in my collection that I feel like I don't need to buy this palette now. That is everything for my Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. Dupe, Clone Wars kind of thing, my shop your own stash. And I get that this is not an exact dupe, and I'm okay with that, but I will enjoy these colors nonetheless, and maybe get a few more for my collection. I have some of these shadows on my eyes today. I went in homage to Jeffree Star. I went with the crazy center part hair, which will be gone as soon as this video is done. I did the red on my eyes. I do have a close-up look of that on my Instagram if you want to check it out. Don't forget to go check out Amanda's video. I'm going to have her link down below. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until I see you in my next video, have a beautiful day.